Love my Kyles.
Woo!
All right, yesterday's gathering, part of the Kyle Fair in Kyle, Texas. Those participating had to show proof that their name is Kyle. They didn't break the record to have the most Kyles in one place with just 750. Give it a shot again at some point.
Honest try. Honest try.
A lot of Kyles, though.
Yeah. Well, I heard there's a Tyler, Texas, too, so I'll be curious to see what they do with that. Here's a look at the forecast one last time. It's a beautiful start to the week. Changes on Tuesday.
All right. Thank you for trusting Kiro 7 News. We'll see you again tonight at 11. Have a great night.
Kiro 7 News is live, local, in-depth, 24/7. Log on to Kiro7.com and download the Kiro 7 News and weather apps.
AAA Heating and Air Conditioning is kicking off their preseason AC sale. Act now and save up to $3,000 when installing a qualifying AC and gas furnace comfort system. Or save up to $1,000 when adding AC to an existing furnace. Visit AAAHeatingAC.com.
Jim Zorn here for All City Fence. I've learned early on that All City Fence brings real value to every project. For more than 70 years, they've stood behind their work and their products. All City Fence, allcityfence.com.
It's time to do the kitchen dance. Rebuild your family memories. Rebuild your space with a home equity line of credit from OB Credit Union. You will dance the day away with a no fee and no closing cost HELOC. Apply now. For information, go to ob.com/HELOC and start dancing the day away.
Not that kind of roof. This kind of roof. State Roofing has been in the business of roofing for over 50 years, with more than 60,000 projects completed and some of the best warranties in the industry. And now they're having their famous 000 sale, where you can get zero money down, zero interest, and zero payments on your new roof for 1 full year. Estimates are free. Go online to stateroofing.com to get started today.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Tulalip Resort Casino, Tulalip Bingo and Slots, and Quilceda Creek Casino. 3 casinos with over 300,000 square feet of gaming, over 5,000 square feet of sportsbook action, more than 3,800 slots for round-the-clock fun, 370 hotel rooms to stay and play, 20 restaurants from quick bites to fine dining, and 4 stages with the top artists in the biz. 3 amazing casinos when all you want is everything.
When you buy a vehicle, you don't want to worry. At Klein Honda in Everett, we get it. That's why every new and certified pre-owned Honda comes with a lifetime warranty. Plus, you'll always get the most money for your trade-in, with new and used inventory arriving daily. Find it all at Klein Honda in Everett.
Family, because they say this accident really is a grim reminder that all drivers need to pay attention to who and what is around them. But right now inside Haywire Brewery, there is a lot of positives going on in the midst of a tragic situation. If you look at your screen, we can take you inside what's going on. As you can see, there's all sorts of ways the community is stepping up to help Jeffrey Neeson's family. There'll be a raffle for great prizes to a silent auction, and the brewery plans to donate $1 for every beer they sell. It's almost been a month since Neeson died in a horrific crash on State Route 522. Investigators say Neeson was riding his motorcycle home when he was hit and killed by a man in a Tesla while it was in autopilot. We call up with one of the organizers of tonight's fundraiser. He tells me this is about more than just helping the family. It's about helping the community, too, but he hopes that people will learn from this tragedy that all riders and drivers can be safe.
And in today's world, it's not just cell phones and little distractions. What do you know, adaptive cruise control can have similar issues, right? We're trusting these sensors and cameras and computers to do what's right, and you just have to have your head on a swivel. You have to pay attention to every little thing. You cannot allow yourself to be in a position where you're going to get hit.
The driver of that Tesla, Carl Hunter, was allegedly looking at his phone and not paying attention when this happened. He's been arrested and charged with vehicular manslaughter. We spoke with Neeson's fiance just days after this tragic accident. She told us it's not only the driver's fault, but Tesla's as well, and she hopes the company will make safety changes to their autopilot program. That way this never happens again. But tonight at 11, we'll hear from the family about what this means for them during a very tragic time. Live in Snohomish, Jake Chapman, Kiro 7 News.
All right, Jake, thank you. A person is dead tonight after a fire ripped through this home in Lake Stevens. Snohomish Regional Fire and Rescue says they got there just after midnight, but they had a tough time putting out the fire. The fire on Carlson Road was under control in about 20 minutes. Crews found the victim dead in the back bedroom. An investigation is now underway to figure out how that fire started. Well, if you're a wine connoisseur, you know smoky aromas can add a campfire quality to your glass of Cabernet, but smoke from wildfires doesn't play quite as well in the bouquet. That's why researchers around the world are working together to help wineries and grape growers protect their crops. Kiro 7's Frankie Catafayas breaks down a recent $7.5 million study that could help save the wine industry here in the Pacific Northwest.
We actually lost the crop from one of my vineyards.
Losing a crop to a wildfire burning is something everyone in agriculture fears.
So these are individual varietals.
But for winemakers like Brian Carter, the stakes are even higher. They could actually lose their entire harvest even if the flames are hundreds of miles away. It's called smoke taint, and it happens when wine grapes have been exposed to smoke for an extended period of time, absorbing the harmful compounds, ultimately altering how the grapes smell and taste.
The impact on the wine quality is such that the wine may not be saleable.
Tom Collins is an associate professor of enology at WSU, and he is one of 16 researchers at a $7.5 million study on how smoke affects grapes.
It may have to be destroyed or distilled for other purposes because the impact, the smoke aromas, the aftertaste is such that you really can't sell the wines.
Brian Carter knows firsthand what that loss is like following a fire at one of his eastern Washington vineyards back in 2019.
We lost some grapes that we knew ahead of time, and that's the best scenario. In other words, before you even harvest the grapes, the problem has been identified. This is my Kiro.
Brian's winery produces about 20 different varieties of wine every year. Their grapes are sourced from 11 different vineyards across the Columbia and Yakima Valley, and because of the threat from wildfire smoke, Brian makes the drive out to his vineyards often.
So I do lose a little sleep now and then about smoke taint.
Washington is the second largest wine-producing state in the U.S. with over 1,000 licensed wineries. And last year, the industry generated about $9.5 billion for the state. But as researchers across the West enter another year of the smoke taint study, they're discovering more questions needing answers.
The further we get into it, the more we realize just how extensive the issue can be.
While researchers continue to work with air quality sensors and compile a list of harmful compounds, we're told that there are some barrier sprays that can be used for protecting grapes, though some are skeptical.
I'm not a huge fan of that technique. There's a lot of variables. There's how far the smoke traveled. There's how many days it's in the vineyard. There's the quality of the thickness of it, and then even the material that's burning can make a difference.
Brian says sprays like bentonite or kaolin don't deflect smoke particles. They absorb them, which makes him worry about their effectiveness.
You can smell that wine and see if it has an odd taste or smell. But sometimes you don't even see all of the development of the flavor can actually take place down the road. So it's complicated.
And we are expected to have somewhat of a normal fire season this year. And to our weather, it has turned out to be a beautiful Sunday. But Frankie now here to tell us that our ruck is running out. Perhaps.
Yeah, changes are just brewing behind the scenes here, Jason. But the good news is, I mean, if we're talking about wildfires with that wine story, the good news is air quality is looking just as good as the forecast for today. We're seeing good air quality across the board. And typically during spring here in the Pacific Northwest, due to wind patterns, really, we tend to get enough onshore flow every so often. So it helps keep the air fresher than it would be perhaps, let's say, during summertime. Now, looking at Pinpoint Storm Tracker, we've had some showers that have been slowly but surely working themselves out of the region. We did have some showers earlier today. You'll see that as the loop refreshes that passed through parts of Grays Harbor County. A couple of lightning strikes were reported. There was even some moments for some heavier rain, small hail as well. And that could be potentially the case through the evening, although as we approach those evening hours, or as we're in the evening hours, so as we approach sunset, we'll start to see those chances dwindling. Live look at Seattle for you tonight. At 6:36 live view, 61 degrees. We have a northwesterly wind moving at about 10 miles per hour. Not a bad way to end the night and end the weekend. Looking at your wind speeds right now, here's where we stand. But we do, like I said, have changes brewing behind the scenes, and they're coming quicker than you might think. We'll have more on that coming up in just a bit.
Right, Frankie, thank you. Tonight, just obtained surveillance video shows someone shooting at a vehicle in a Renton parking lot, leaving a teenager dead and neighbors on edge.
I got kid and my lady here, you know what I mean? That's not okay.
But police say the teen isn't the only victim. Shots rang out just before 10 last night in a parking lot just south of the Renton Municipal Airport. A 19-year-old man was found dead inside his car. A 26-year-old man says he was beat up just before the shooting. Kiro 7's Deborah Horn tells us police believe the same group of men were involved in both crimes. Deborah.
This crime proved to be more than Renton police were expecting. They tell us they arrived to find a teenager slumped over the wheel of his vehicle in this parking lot. He had been shot. Then a man told them before the deadly shooting he had been beaten by a group of men, the same group suspected in both crimes.
So the block here, the cops are block here.
Right. This resident has been uneasy since Saturday night. After a vicious beating, then a deadly shooting within minutes of each other, both in this parking lot in the shadow of the Renton Municipal Airport.
I've been living here almost an year, so I never see anything like that. I mean, I see the people walking by, but not shooting, no.
Newly obtained surveillance video shows someone firing a weapon in the parking lot. Renton police say they arrived to find a 19-year-old male shot inside his vehicle. They tried to save his life, but he didn't make it. Then a 26-year-old man told them a group of men 25 to 50 years old attacked him before the deadly shooting. He fled into nearby El Muchacho Alegre restaurant to safety. That's when he heard but did not see the teenager being shot. Still, detectives believe the crimes are connected.
Now, exactly why? They don't know yet. Detectives are trying to determine a motive or a reason for the initial assault and then trying to backtrack and figure out what happened to cause this individual in the car to be shot.
All that, says Megan Black, without eyewitness accounts of the crime.
At this point in time, detectives would like to issue a plea that if anybody was in or around this establishment, that they please call 911.
It is unsettling to this resident and his neighbors.
If it's that happened in your area, it's like, that's not okay. You know what I mean?
I do know.
We have to be safe.
Renton police tell us they want your help solving the crimes that occurred in this parking lot. So they are asking anyone with video or any information to come forward. They say they want to solve these two crimes. Reporting in Renton, Deborah Horn, Kiro 7 News.
Well, coming up, these people all have one thing in common. Their name is Kyle. The festival bringing them all together to break a record. And this looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, the nighttime phenomena lighting up.
When you buy a vehicle, you don't want to worry. At Klein Honda in Everett, we get it. That's why every new and certified pre-owned Honda comes with a lifetime warranty. Plus, you'll always get the most money for your trade-in, with new and used inventory arriving daily. Find it all at Klein Honda in Everett.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardians. At each day's start, as time went on, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardians works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardians can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardians and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardians with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardians is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
I have always had the support from Pima Medical. Now I'm way more confident. They care about my success.
Learn hands-on medical skills and life skills to start your healthcare career with confidence at Pima Medical Institute.
It's not you shopping for insurance.
Whoa. The unexpected can happen to any of us.
That's why SelectQuote makes it easy to get the life insurance coverage you need to protect your family for less than $1 a day.
SelectQuote found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month.
We could help you save more than 50% on life insurance.
Call us. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Hi, it's me, Anthony Sullivan. And yes, you've actually caught me at home relaxing because life...
When all you want is everything.
Well, Boeing firefighters in their union could have a counter deal to present tomorrow. They've been on the picket line now for 2 weeks since the company announced a lockout. Yesterday, hundreds of union workers joined firefighters on the picket line outside of Boeing's plant in Seattle. The rally was to show support for the team that's been locked out since May 4th. Firefighters are demanding better working conditions and wages. They say Boeing has walked away from the table without fairly negotiating. And they say now this lockout is putting the lives of thousands of employees in danger.
This is about pay equity, it's about dignity and respect, and Boeing's decision to lock out their firefighters puts all of the employees and the rest of the workers at their plants at risk.
Boeing says it responded with a counteroffer, but the union declined it, and now they're waiting on the union for a counteroffer. The union told the company they're not available until tomorrow. Well, caught on camera the moments a comet soared through the skies of Spain and Portugal. Look how bright that is, lighting up the sky, quite a show. The European Space Agency posted this video of the dazzling display. They originally thought it was a meteor, but later said it was likely a small piece of a comet. The shower dazzled onlookers before burning up over the Atlantic.
Well, we've had some different showers here, Jason.
Yeah.
Different showers here today. Not quite that. Just more of the stuff we call rain. It's all just really shaken out, though, to be a pretty lovely Sunday, despite having some of those early morning showers. Here's a look at how the afternoon has looked just over the last few hours in Everett. Not a bad scene. And that's really something that we've seen across all of our cameras, from the interior to the mountains to the coast, north sound, south sound, you name it. Now, let's talk about what we can expect heading into tomorrow. Really not much. It's kind of underwhelming when we take a look at what to expect heading into Monday. It's going to be the low cloud cover and the fog, but right around 8 a.m., which is what we have tracked here right now, we just have a little sliver of it still pushing through some parts of the southwest interior, but really condensing in size in comparison to how we'll start at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Then by about 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, here's a peek at what you can expect. Not a whole lot going on, even a whole lot of clouds, but we could see maybe just a quick popcorn shower popping up here and there, very light and very minor. The next system is going to roll in, and this frontal system is coming in widespread, and it is going to be some heavier rain for this time of year, at least what we would expect to see. It's going to be just a bit above average. Now, what we don't have dragged out in future track is a look at how it plays out through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning, we'll see a very clear counterclockwise movement with that low pressure system, and there will be bands in that just little low pressure system that will have a couple of heavier bouts of rain that will be pushing through. So that being said, we are, as I've mentioned, having an above average rain day for May for Tuesday. Lowland rain could be anywhere from about a ½ inch to an inch between Tuesday, Wednesday. And just for Tuesday's sake, I just wanted to pull the record for rainfall. Just over about a ½ inch of rain was recorded for Tuesday back in 2012. So, maybe won't break a record, but within that 24-hour time span, we could certainly be close as we cross over into that Wednesday threshold. Now, this is going to go ahead and pull us out just into about 6:30 Tuesday morning. Then we'll go ahead and drag it into part of our Wednesday. Again, that rain will still be prominent through at least lunchtime into the commute home for Wednesday. But this is just giving us, again, that good baseline until about 9 a.m. Could be seeing almost 0.6 of an inch for Seattle and 3/4 of an inch for places like Everett. Just a little less, though, for Mount Vernon. Now, let's pull up that pinpoint 7-day forecast. Monday, gorgeous start to the week. Tuesday, that change is coming. Temperatures are going to be the coolest of the 7-day extended. Breezy conditions will kick up as well. We'll still see some of those showers for the first half of our Wednesday, starting to taper off by the second half. And then we look to be drier for Thursday. But then we go back into a wet weather pattern for Friday. And, well, Memorial Day weekend. Here's a look at what you can expect for your Saturday and Sunday.
All right, Frankie, thank you. Coming up, the Mariners in the midst of a 10-game road trip, and this weekend they had their ups and downs. Chris is coming in to tell us what's next for the guys.
Doing good means visiting Woodland Park Zoo. By protecting what we love, we preserve what is precious. Because doing good for wildlife is doing good for the world. This is how we zoo. Woodland Park Zoo. Become a member today.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardians at each day's start. As time went on, it was easy to see. I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with a big story to tell.
I feel like Pima gives students great support. The people here work hard to make sure that our goals and dreams are realized. We get to do injections on each other, anatomy and physiology. It's hands-on experience at its best.
Did somebody turn off the lights?
Don't forget your seatbelt.
This car won't start until you buckle up.
Seatbelt, Grandma.
When you are wake up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
However you say it, it's perfect. Together, we get there.
It's not shopping for insurance.
Whoa. Why zig when you can sag?
Hey everybody, Sunday rubber match for the Mariners, and hey, against one of the best teams in baseball. That's what this road trip's been about. I talked about it on Friday. They would find a lot about where they stood in the big picture on this road trip. And George Kirby made an early mistake in this ball game to Gunnar Henderson, who has been on fire for the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, he hit a home run in the 9th inning yesterday, did it again in the 1st inning today against George. So, you know, leaving the yard, Gunnar Henderson is a tough out. Orioles kind of just overpowered George today, which is tough to say because George usually does the opposite to people. Ryan O'Hearn with the home run there. Second straight game in the 7th inning, though the Mariners came back in this one. Luis Arias and Julio both drove in runs. So good stuff for the Mariners there in the 7th inning. The M's, they take their lumps in this one, and they move on to New York.
We had some traffic, you know, got to run on them early, you know, tried to get another run. You know, they made a good play on a ball down the corner where Cal got thrown out at the plate. But, again, you know, I give guys a ton of credit. You know, we battled in there and put some pressure on their bullpen, which was a little bit thin today, but just not enough to get the series win.
I think the team's playing good ball. You got to tip the cap sometimes. You know, they put up some runs on George, and that's no easy task. So I think we competed really well, and I think that we're on a good page right now.
All right, so they lose the series, but they're at 25-22 overall and are clinging to first place in the AL West by a half game. They were outscored 18-9 in the 3 games by the Orioles. Tomorrow it'll be Logan Gilbert against Marcus Stroman. Similar records for those two guys. The Yankees, by the way, have won 7 straight ball games, so it gets no easier in New York. Let's talk about the rebuilt Seattle Storm. They had a tough start to the season. They lost 2 to Minnesota. They said, though, they were encouraged after Friday's double overtime loss. Did it carry over to D.C. today? You bet it did. Even without Nneka Ogwumike sitting out with an ankle injury. I mean, she's their best player. Seattle started well despite her absence. I guess Jewel Lloyd's pretty good too, right? She picked up the slack with 13 points in the first half. They built a 15-point lead. But out of the locker room, the Mystics made a little run. They closed the gap. They had the 2-point lead after 3. In the fourth quarter, the roller coaster continued. The Storm came back. A nice 13-3 run. Jewel was at the center of that. She had 24 points. And the dagger came from Skylar on the fast break. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists for Skylar Diggins-Smith. The Storm get their first win of the year without NECA, and that's saying something.
Our offense is in flow, so we're going to be able to move the ball when we need to. And, you know, we didn't knock. I don't think I made a 3 tonight. I don't think we shot a lot of threes in general, but we're going to find open people. We're still figuring out how to play with each other where people need to be, but that assist number will definitely increase for sure. We know that, but we're not going to stop shooting. That's something that we know. We have open shots. We'll take that and build off that.
All right, if you thought the Storm had a tough start to the year, how about the Reign? They have only 2 wins so far. Today they played host to first place and undefeated Orlando. And the Pride, it looked like this was going to be a blowout early on. 18 minutes in, they scored 2 goals. Give the Reign some credit. They fought back in this one. Right before the half, in stoppage time, they scored. And then there's Bethany Balser scoring right out of the locker room. So they tied it up at 2. Eventually, though, Orlando took control with that goal right there in the 58th minute. That was the game winner. So it's the 7th loss of the season for the Reign. Yeah, that's a tough road there. We go to Louisville now in the final round of the PGA Championship. For all intents and purposes, a 3-horse race on the back 9. Victor Hovland with back-to-back birdies on 12 and 13. He took the lead at 19 under. What a charge he made. But he had trouble catching Xander Schauffele, who birdied 11 and 12. So Schauffele was cruising at 20 under. And then here comes Bryson DeChambeau, who had something to say. A birdie on 18 got him to 20 under. Same hole he eagled yesterday, and that was tied. So that meant Xander had to birdie 18 to win the title. A 6-footer here. Is it going wide? It swirls in and goes in. So Schauffele, who had been knocking on the door to a major championship for years now, finally kicks it in, wins his first. At 21 under, it's the lowest score ever posted in a major.
It's been a while since I've won, and I kept saying it all week. I just need to stay in my lane, and man, was it hard to stay in my lane today. But I tried all day to just keep focused on what I'm trying to do and keep every hole ahead of me, and had some weird kind of breaks coming into the house, but it's all good now.
A pretty good lane to stay in, the winning lane. Go to KIRO7.com/sports for more on all your local teams, and we'll have stuff on the PGA Championship there. From your neck of the woods, your old stomping grounds, there's San Diego, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a big one. That's going to be a big one there. Grew up there, went to college there, so it's going to be all Xander all the time tonight. All right.
There's some shopping pictures.
Whoa. The unexpected can happen to any of us. That's why SelectQuote makes it easy to get the life insurance coverage you need to protect your family for less than $1 a day.
SelectQuote found me a $500,000 policy for only $16 a month.
We could help you save more than 50% on life insurance.
Call us. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Hi, it's me, Anthony Sullivan. And yes, you've actually caught me at home relaxing, because life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with American Residential Warranty.
You won't believe what ARW covers. Heating and air conditioning, washers and dryers, kitchen appliances, plumbing, water heaters, electrical systems, flat screens and laptops, even pools and spas, and so much more.
Call American Residential Warranty. They'll get you covered.
Call 888-882-2439.
Attention families with a loved one in a nursing home. If your loved one has suffered from bed sores, falls, broken bones, dehydration, or even death, you may be entitled to a substantial settlement. If you have a loved one who is injured in a nursing home, we will find out what happened. State violations are found against nursing homes every day. You have a limited time to file your claim, so don't wait.
Call 888-484-1205
and speak with one of our attorneys. The call is confidential and free.
Attention! Do you owe the IRS more than $10,000 in back taxes? Listen up! Help is available now with new programs making it easier than ever to settle your tax problems. Call the Tax Relief Helpline now. We're here to help. The IRS has experts fighting for them. Now you can have a team behind you working to help settle your tax debt. If you or a loved one are facing the nightmare of collection letters, tax levies, tax liens, or wage garnishments, take action right now. Call the Tax Relief Helpline now.
Cleaning is a stressful chore. You can scrub by hand all day. There has to be a better way. Now there is with the Spinny Scrub, the revolutionary handheld spinning scrub brush that makes cleaning a snap. Make pots and pans shine. Deep clean your grout and tile. Even filthy shoes look like new. The Spinny Scrub is easy to recharge and store away. And with 3 detachable cleaning heads, you can relax and let the Spinny Scrub do all the work. Scan the code on your screen and order your Spinny Scrub today.
Buy your local Honda dealer today and drive good.
Well, hundreds with the same name gathered to make history.
Kyle's rock, man. We're bad. Love my Kyles.
Woo! All right, yesterday's gathering, part of the Kyle Fair in Kyle, Texas.